God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, welcome everybody. We're going to start out tonight with reports from our department heads. First up tonight, zoning inspector Fonce.
Zoning permit for September 2022.
Sorry.
Issued 14 permits, that's up from last year, 5 more from last year at this time. The total valuations for September, $153,200. And total fees for September, $1,810. Year-to-date valuations, $2,183,560. Year-to-date fees, $15,750, and there were 19 garage sales. An update on an abatement at 455 Prentice Road, parcel number 46-901856. We were doing the 505.86 on that property. The final review has been done and completed, and waiting for Mr. Walters to sign the contract and start the demo. I did talk to him, he said that he does plan to do the demolition in the next 2 weeks. And then moving on to Schaefer Road, 6149 Schaefer Road, parcel 46001501. The property owner was here the last time, and I did send them a letter, sent it out on September 14th, telling them when the meeting was, where it was, and to come and please update the Board of Trustees as discussed at the September meeting. And I do not believe that they are here. So that's a decision the board might want to entertain. There is a resolution in your packet. It would be it resolved that the structure is located on the following premises, being previously inspected and declared insecure, unsafe, and structurally defective by the fire chief and or building inspector and unfit for human habitation by the health department. Be and hereby declared insecure, unsafe, and structurally defective and unfit for habitation and are ordered to be removed.
When did you send that letter out?
I sent it out on September 14th, I believe I said, yeah.
I should state it there, 7
I know we discussed at the last meeting that they were going to come and update us on that, but I did want to send a letter out just to reiterate what we had discussed, if they wanted to come and update us.
This is the one that they said that they had a fire?
Yes, yes.
I think this is the new owner, isn't it?
No, this is the old note.
It's still the same
Yeah,
owner?
yeah. I did hear from one of the neighbors that sale is no longer, did not go through, but I think the neighbor is here tonight, but I did not talk to the owners of the property.
If I recall, the conversation was that, after that meeting, they were to get back within a week. And you have not heard from them,
No,
and you sent this letter and you have not heard from them?
correct,
Did that letter go certified or normal?
normal.
So we have no proof that they actually received it?
I have no proof that they actually received it.
Rhonda, it might be a good idea if you resubmit that with a certified letter.
Okay, I'll have to change the verbiage on it then. What would you like me to do? Invite them to the next meeting, or,
Absolutely.
okay, so we'll hold it off for another month?
You
No,
come to
I'd
the
say
Tuesday
that's-
meeting, 2 weeks.
We have the meeting second Tuesday, third week.
Okay, is that what you'd like me to send them out?
Put the deadline on there
Yep.
for that
Okay.
period.
Okay,
You
I
good
will
with
do that.
At least give us an update on what's,
Yeah, if they talk to you, Rhonda, and say that sale fell through, I don't see a need for another meeting, my own personal.
Well, we're actually
I don't
back to square
disagree.
one.
I don't disagree, but we gotta,
Yeah.
we need to contact, after last meeting, we told them we would give them time to get that transfer. I believe we're gonna have to reach out to them now.
Yeah, I said we can reach out to them, but, you know, we said that you wanted this, them at the next meeting, but if
Yeah.
they relate to you that that property is now sold, we don't need to meet with them, let's move forward.
I would be on board with that.
So you would like,
Send one registered, but, if that sale fell through, there's no need to have another meeting, we're just gotta move on with the abatement.
All we're doing is following the process.
Right. Exactly.
do you know the date of that second Tuesday meeting? Just offhand, or do you?
Eighteen.
Eighteen.
18, okay. The next item that I had was the board, wanted the zoning commission to look into the rezoning of the parcel on the land on Research Parkway. And I was given a letter by the board. The secretary asked me to please put that in your packet today. So that is, I believe, should be the last page. If it's not, okay, I have extra copies if you.
Should that be read in the record?
I don't know if you want that read or,
I think it probably should be.
okay, all right. And also the chairman is here tonight, but I certainly can read it if you like. To Champion Township trustees from Champion Township Zoning Commission. The zoning commission met on September 21st to discuss the issue of the rezoning of the parcel of land on Research Parkway. Our understanding was that the property owner wanted the land rezoned from Professional Research Office, OP-I, to light industrial. After a considerable discussion, the zoning commission voted not to consider this request for the following reasons. One, currently Champion Township does not have a district classified as light industrial. Two, the board pointed out that the many locations in Champion which are currently zoned industrial would be more logical sites for a manufacturing company. There are numerous industrial properties available in Champion, specifically the Copperwell property on Folsom Street, and North Levitt Road. Three, the board also concerned that the company was only discussing a 5-year commitment. Would we want an abandoned warehouse on Research Parkway? ? 4, in anticipation of the new Mercy Health facility in the township, we foresee that the property on Research Parkway could be utilized by complementary resources of the hospital. Doctors' offices, clinics, laboratories, etc., would be more logical choices close to the main hospital. 5, Changing the zoning of this parcel of land would not be compatible with Champion's comprehensive plan. We have doubts that the Trumbull County Planning Commission would approve this change in zoning. Thus, and for the above reasons, the zoning board decided that changing the zoning on Research Parkway would not be in Champion's best interest. Respectfully submitted. And that is all that I have.
Okay. Anyone have anything else for Rhonda tonight?
No, but I'd like to compliment the zoning board on a fine job as far as pointing out the reasons why it should be located in a different place such as Folsom or a road that would go to North Levitt, for the work you guys did. You covered all the bases.
What's that?
I'd like to compliment the zoning board on their due diligence here as far as pointing out why this isn't advantageous to Champion Township by locating that business there on Educational Highway, the Parkway, and commend you for your
Yeah, and
forethought.
I respect that decision also. However, this was a project that was being conducted between Kent, the Regional Chamber of Commerce, and the party that we're discussing, so that party, and Kent cannot do any business together on Folsom Street, on North Levitt Road, or on the old Copperwell property, so the project, just will not be coming to Champion, so, that being said.
Yeah, I agree, especially with, numbers 3 and 4 containing this letter. The company was only discussing a 5-year commitment. And, I think Champion has a golden opportunity here to, develop that research park area right. You have a $500 million hospital going in, you're gonna have other medical facilities, and doctor's offices, and, X-ray, places, they're gonna go moving in there.
Can I comment?
So, I commend their, decision.
Yeah.
The two facilities that are on that parkway already are active, which is a research company, and the Union Building, which is a teaching building in essence. And at the far end of that highway is a residential commitment, so that was one of the other reasons that we didn't put down in the paper.
Correct. We pitched it for the chamber. We certainly will not step on the zoning board's toes in any way. That's the decision, we'll move on from there. I'm disappointed, the board works hard to try to lure stuff in. That there was some development with that project also. It wasn't just manufacturing, it was development also, but doesn't fit the mold, we're moving on. But I thank the board for their time on that, and that's that. Anybody got anything else?
I got one thing,
No.
I don't know if I'm allowed to speak now. or
Comments will be accepted at the
Okay.
end of the meeting.
All right.
Okay, we good, Ron?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do, Chief Larry Skaggs next.
First, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that attended the swearing in ceremony Thursday. It was great to see everybody there. First, I'd like to go over some highlights from this month alone. We are up 63 reports for the month. That's criminal investigations. 9 more traffic crashes. A total of 37 more traffic stops. And when I say traffic stops, I mean in areas that we've identified as problem site identifiers, where we've had taken resident complaints and said, hey, what can we do? And we've been enforcing that quite a bit in these areas. One of them specifically, Mr. Bernard, Tony Bernard from State from State Route 45 and Cleveland Street, complained about the traffic. We've increased the enforcement efforts there. We've also received complaints from Bristol Champion Town Road, reference to ATVs operating in that area. We've made a concentrated effort to continue our enforcement up in that area, looking for ATVs. As you can see, again, a total of 11 citations were issued during this time period. We've also completed our weapons qualification and individual officers training, professional development. Again, I'd like to thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Miller for paying for Officer Lowry's Advanced Criminal Investigation School. That was very generous of them. I won't touch on everything else I know we have in the meetings, right? The notes. VZ Carpet Cleaning, they did a tremendous job. Ace Hardware, for allowing us to utilize their Penske truck, to allow the chief, from the fire department and I to appropriate approximately $10,000 to $15,000 worth of furniture for you to the township, which replaced outdated furniture, air conditioning filters, purifiers, and that nature. Our goals for the next upcoming month will be to fill the supervisor's position within the department. The sergeant's position, it was vacated by the retirement of Rich Goldner. We're gonna continue our processing of evidence and collection procedures and enhancements. We've already increased our building security. I was told the steel door to replace the exterior steel door in the building should be in the next week. Like I believe he's estimating that to be right around $3,500, and that will be of no cost to the township again. Currently, as we sit, we've updated all of our vehicle inventories. And take note on one of the pages that I gave each one of the trustees is kind of a vehicle status sheet you'll see. In those status sheets, you'll kind of see how, I don't want to say deplorable, but some of our vehicles were left, and we're trying to update those vehicles now. Some of those vehicles are not safe. One of them is completely inoperable. Needs to be salvaged. Officer Rudisill's vehicle needs $2,000 worth of repairs for a car that has 171,000 miles on it. We're going to continue with that. And numerous other ones. Officer Lowry's car, we need tires. I was able to get several bids, the lowest being Major League on Elm Road. They were able to give us the state purchasing price of $746.48 for 4 tires. That's over $300 cheaper than most of the other. And this is of dire need before winter, obviously, with the weather coming, we need those 4 tires. Again, Unit 51 is inoperable. We have received 2 other additional quotes for used motor vehicles. Right now with this, the 3 manufacturers in the United States that are ceased fleet sales, right now the best we can find is used until late sometime in 2023. Asia Motors near Chicago is kind of a wholesaler for governmental vehicles, and there's attached, you'll find 2 quotes for a total of $52,970 for 2 vehicles, one of them being a 2017 Dodge Durango with all police package already installed, and a 2019 Ford Explorer all-wheel drive for $20,795. Additionally, we got a quote from Mr. Banks. Russ Banks gave us a quote for a 2019 Chevy Tahoe for $39,885 that we spoke about previously. And I know the fire chief also has some interest in that vehicle to meet his needs. I don't believe any one of those 3 vehicles will be there in 3 weeks if we continue. They seem to be selling pretty fast. I know other agencies across the country are in just the same situation as we are.
You know how many miles are on these 2 of these?
Yes, the Durango is in your packet,
34,000.
34,000, correct. The Ford Explorer has approximately 75,000, 76,425. And that is about as good as it gets from any one of the sites. The Ohio Salvage facility doesn't have any vehicles that are of use to us. It's gonna cost us way more money to repair them. The Tahoe that is at Russ Banks, R.D. Banks, is approximately 34,000 miles on it. And he's agreed to sell it to us approximately 1,500, I believe it was, cheaper than what he has it listed for on the website.
And we wouldn't be able to use that Tahoe in the police department.
The only thing we could use it for would be such as an unmarked patrol vehicle, wouldn't be police rated. The Dodge Durango comes with complete with all lights and sirens already installed. And then the Ford Explorer does not have it, but it is wired for it. And again, that was part of my recommendation, is that we go with an all-wheel drive. A lot of the vehicles that you're seeing with lower mileage, to include the Dodge Chargers, are rear-wheel drive, and I would suggest that we don't go with rear-wheel drive up here. They don't hold up very well, and they're too accident-prone, obviously.
This Durango is blue, we got to send it out, never ran.
Yes, it is blue. The Explorer is black in color. I did kind of ask for a discount that if we bought two vehicles, and his discount was 0, he said. They know the
Can't beat
demand,
that.
they know the demand that we're facing, everybody's facing, and he said, if you don't pay it, somebody else will pay it.
They ship these, we send someone to get them, what's the?
Well, they do charge us a shipping fee of $1,000, I believe, per vehicle, or we can send somebody a lot cheaper than that to drive out and pick them up.
Says here it came from West Virginia, it's been regularly serviced and maintained, 5.7 Hemi. Said it also comes with remaining manufacturer's warranty.
Oh, which one? I couldn't hear you.
It's the Durango. It's coming with the remaining manufacturer's warranty,
Of 60,000, I believe it was, yes.
so there's a balance of 25,000 on that,
Yes.
for that warranty.
Well, let's start checking this stuff. First thing I would say is send 54 out and get the tires put on.
Yes.
It's easy. You guys agree with that?
Yep.
Can't be running around on Maypops.
I have since also reached out to two other, one of them being Fast Lane here in Champion and Brian's Automotive, to ask if they would be interested in seeing what it would take to get approval to do state purchasing. And they are very interested in that in the future. Both Fast Lane and Brian's are going to initiate that. So in the future, possibly the tires we could buy right here in the township.
Ian, 51 is the one that's wrecked.
51 is the one that is correct.
I would say it's just sitting there, why don't we put that on Gov Deals and get that gone?
Fine with me. You okay with it now?
It does have quite a bit of equipment. I tried to get it to where we could at least get an odometer and put it on Gov Deals. I couldn't get it today to even,
We got any service records on that anywhere?
yes, there are service records for it.
I think the closest last service
I
record.
believe it was
Well,
168, but that's off the top of my head.
It's just the dashes out?
That little dash, the whole everything's, cluster, everything's out. Even putting it on a jump box and a jumper cables, we couldn't get anything to come up electronically at all.
Alright, well, we can come up with the computer, look into it, and get the mileage off of it. Gonna need the mileage. I think that should go.
Right.
Alright, takes us to this, Rudisill's car 58. It's got a power steering problem or steering column problem?
They're advising that it's the whole steering box itself underneath.
Right.
So, and the only place they can get the part from is directly from Ford. Ford does not allow any parts of any of those parts to be any aftermarket, nor can you buy it from a salvage yard. It has to be new from Ford.
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with that.
What would that be, Larry? Is that because of, being a police unit?
Sure.
They just said it's normal wear and tear on those. They said the way those boxes are set up, and again, I can't explain to you on a Ford Explorer how it's exactly set up, but he said it looked like something, the wheels just started grinding on each other and they're completely worn out. He says, so as he goes down the road, it's gonna cause a high vibration, so I'm actually considering grounding that vehicle permanently until we can make,
Where did you get that price from, Brian?
that is from Brian's. And as of this meeting, I pulled in, Brian was able to send me a, exact quote for that. I wasn't able to print it out. But the steering gear, complete remove and replace, normally aspirated two-wheel alignment, along with the rack and pinion assembly and the software, came to a total of $1,945. $1945.20